starting in 1 minute. Don't forget to like the video. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic Halloween. I have a lovely costume to show you, everybody. Boom. I'm a giant foot. Can you believe it? This is great. You all happy? I also want to introduce you guys to my co-host. He's over here in the background. He's not in a foot costume. You'll be very sad about it, but it's
Wahoo!
It's Luigi. Look at him.
Wahoo! It's
Wow.
me, Luigi. Wait, I'm trying to think of the lines from Luigi's Mansion. Mario?
Yeah, sure. That's probably what it is. There you go.
It's a me.
You know what's really
Luigi.
bad about this foot is it looks like because I put it in the wash, it's gone all wrinkly. So it looks like a really old foot. It's literally Nathan's foot right now. This is
No.
Nathan
is I think he takes I guess Nathan has kind of like caveman feet. He posts a lot of videos. So I think it's Mothman in the chat right now. I think it's Mothman. And also, Mothman, I'm sorry if I'm singling you out, but Mothman is the one that posts all the pictures of like Nathan's feet.
Oh, it's Mothman that's doing it. All right. So I'm just appealing to Nathan's audience right now. See, guys, I know you were sad that Nathan's gone, but don't worry. We've found an in-between where we all can be happy, all right?
You're streaming as Nathan's feet.
Yeah, exactly. You miss Nathan, so we decided to dress as his feet to keep you guys entertained while we talk about all the crazy stuff that's been happening this
Right.
this week.
Are you not entertained, everybody? Hello, everybody. I guess we'll say hello to the chat. We know that it's probably not going to be. It's Halloween. We're also streaming early. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
A little bit of we did announce a little bit that we were going to be live, but I know that the usual audience that we've been cultivating is used to us being live later.
Yeah.
I'm meeting up with Nathan later this evening, so I am unable to do the show at the usual 6 p.m. ish time. So we're streaming a little early. So we know it's not going to be a busy show, but we appreciate those of you who are here being here for the early show. So we'll say hello to everybody. Hello, Mothman, Piper, Dragon Buddy, Juniper, Psy, Roomba, Orangle, and everybody. I think I said Dragon Buddy. Dragon Buddy, hello, everybody. Happy Halloween! And we also know it's Halloween, so it's that if we stream at 6 o'clock, that's when everybody
also
is like.
Is unfortunate as well, because I feel like I actually also believe if we'd have streamed at the normal time, I also feel like I feel like there'd be also less people here because it's Halloween. Everyone's going to be out doing something. But that's why we thought we'd throw in just one extra stream, because why not keep the schedule going? At least try to on a quieter day. And anyone who maybe missed it, you can see it today, you know.
We should publicly announce this. I said this on my stream. I said this on Discord.
Oh.
Jamie is officially he's just going to be here every episode now. The third official member of Odd Boy. He's not our weekend European correspondent anymore. Jamie is just going to be on the show now, and he's going to be Jamie is our technical director.
Yes.
Of the show now.
I'm the technical director, so I probably won't really be speaking much. I'll be just literally monitoring the cameras and moving things around. But it's Nathan and Tom that'll be pretty much on the cameras. So you won't really see me, which is probably for the best because I'll be just wearing this foot costume every time, you know? Mm-hmm. But luckily, you guys won't need to see that every stream when it happens.
I think I do think it'll be funny to like catch you being asleep or something at some point, to be like, Jamie, what do you think? And you're just asleep.
I'm just there like, what? I'm fine. It's fine.
just be like, it's like we end up covering some story about Bigfoot eating children or something, and you're like, I love it, sure.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh my God. Sai with the $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, that reminds us. We needed to ask Nathan to give Jamie the permission so that all the alerts show up. The thank you very much, Sai. If anybody does any YouTube stuff, we'll just call it out. Thank you very much. We all get a cut of Jamie now gets a cut of the revenue as well. So thank you very much for supporting Nathan, myself, and Jamie with that $10 super chat. That's very much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you very much. Much appreciated. And yeah, obviously they said they forgot their Ko-Fi login, so it's a super chat instead, which is fine by me. Thank you very much. We'll read out any super chats that come along for tonight. Yeah, Jamie, any support that gets thrown this way is probably good, considering it's a smaller stream tonight.
I think that's why Nathan wanted you to be on the show, just so Nathan can now say, Jamie, pull that up.
I was just about to say, you've got your own Joe Rogan Jamie now. So, like, literally, you can, at any point you can go, did you see that bear mauling that old granny? Jamie, pull that up.
I'm like almost 100% sure that is why Nathan was like, yeah, Jamie, we gotta add him onto the show so he can pull all those things up.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the things he was talking about. It was like, Jamie, I like your stream, but I need you to have more visuals on, almost like you need to pull up the visuals whenever we talk about it. In fact, I'll give you a cue, Jamie, specifically. Jamie, pull that up. So yeah, I feel like you're probably right.
Exactly. Can we please, everybody that's here in the chat, can we please say Nathan who? That's right, Mothman. Nathan doesn't even work here anymore. Roomba, Nathan who?
You're right. He's been fired.
Exactly.
He's no longer here. It's just his feet. What all that remains.
All right. How about this? If there's $100 pizza goal on Ko-Fi so that Jamie, Nathan, and myself can each get a Halloween pizza. If we hit that, and the Ko-Fi alerts will show up on screen. If we hit that, then we'll call Nathan and fire him while he's. I don't even know if he would get it. Well, we can text him and we can fire him, and then it'll just be me and Jamie.
He'll be mid-flight or something.
Yeah, just be like, we hit the $100 Ko-Fi goal. You're fired.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So there you go. Ko-Fi goal, $100. Let's do it. Let's get Nathan fired. I'm ready for this. And with that being said, maybe we should go. Should we go into our first news? What would you want to talk about first for the Spooky Boys?
Let's go into the first news. Yeah. So early show, everybody. We've got some news. So Nathan and I talked about this, but I'm going to tee this up so we can. And if anybody's wondering how we're teeing that, we're trying to tee these up so that we can edit them into shorts later on. So if you hear us asking questions, we're teeing these up so that we can edit them. I know that we already covered this, but Jamie, I don't think had heard about this, so I'm going to tee it up. Jamie, did you hear about the woman, potential time traveler, that was discovered traveling through JFK Airport?
No, Tom. I have never heard of that before. Please, go on.
This is the viral story that's all over TikTok. It's all over YouTube Shorts. There is a woman who allegedly... passing through JFK Airport, authorities at JFK International Airport were left baffled when a woman arriving from Tokyo presented a passport issued by a nation called Terenza, a country that, according to all known records, maps, and databases, simply does not exist. Did you hear about this story?
I did not hear about this. I think I vaguely heard about you guys kind of mentioned it, but then that's all I kind of was aware. Apparently a video went viral. I'm not sure where the video is. This is like kind of the closest thing I could find, which was like a YouTube short of it or something like that. But it seems like just like a lot of viral stories, there's like it does seem, and this is now I think it's going to be increasingly more and more like the bane of our existence. There are so many videos with images of this woman using like AI text to speech. That's what this is. It's like, what?
Right.
There's going on?
There's so many videos of it. What I've discovered going through a few of these videos, we talked about this with Nathan, but I did want to talk about it more just so we could. I wanted to hear if you had heard about this. This seems like this generation's urban legend, or it seems like one of this new generation's urban legend, and where this story, in my opinion, seems to originate from is the Man from Torrid urban legend that went around a few years ago. And then like that had originated in things like the Weekly World News. And so it seems like it goes in cycles. And the Man from Torrid series, that was like Weekly World News that started in like the 90s. And that was about a man from doing the same thing. He was traveling to Japan and he had a slight French accent. And he had a passport for a country named Torrid, a country that did not exist. This seems like a retelling of that story. And now instead of a man from Torrid, it's a woman from Terenza. And digging into it, apparently this was equal parts AI-generated imagery and voice, but also the images of the woman traveling in the airport were from A&E. And A&E is a television network. I don't know if they have that in the UK, but A&E is a television network in America, and this is from some television show from like 15 years ago. It's just it's images of a woman who appears to be a traveler from another country in an empty airport, and now they've repurposed that footage to say, no, this is actually a time traveler from a country named Terenza, a country that does not exist. So it does seem like this is just a retelling of the Man from Torrid, and it is insanely popular right now on TikTok and on YouTube, and the story just keeps going around.
Oh wow, even though it's like kind of been debunked, etc.
It keeps being debunked.
Yeah.
Morangle in the chat says this is definitely real.
Yeah, I'm convinced. I don't know what this fact-checking thing is going on about. It sounds absolutely legit. I don't know what they're on about. Sounds incredible. You know?
I think it's definitely real.
I think it's 100%
But that was it.
real.
I thought we would. I do think it's interesting. I do always have a fascination with urban legends, and that's something we should talk about more urban legends on another show.
Well, actually, to be honest, there's before you continue, there is a urban legend that we're going to talk about that I think is a modern legend that kind of came from this modern audience that we can segue on after this one as well, because I think it's very similar to this story. But do continue
Yeah.
on that.
I'm just always fascinated with urban legends and how like it'll start. First of all, urban legends, they always tend to reinvent themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So like a
Yeah.
different generation, and that's like the man from Torrid, and now it's the woman from Terenza. They always seem to recycle themselves, and then like whatever the form of media is at that time. Like I don't know if you had Weekly World News in the UK, but that was like a supermarket tabloid. So when I was growing up in the 90s, that was always like Bat Boy and stuff like that. And like it would tell these like fantastic stories, and sometimes there'd be a little bit of truth, and then like there was a lot of urban legendy type things. But in the 80s and 90s, it was supermarket tabloids that were telling these stories, and then that turned into YouTube, and then it turned into shorts and TikTok and like Instagram, or I guess Instagram would have been before TikTok. But it just recycles itself, and or it went to like Facebook. Like this is like now making the rounds on Facebook. Every generation just has these new things, and I always find that very, very fascinating, that these stories, this is like this is this generation, like these are the cave paintings, these are the stories that are being told now, and they're just being like recycled, and they're being repurposed, and like now we've got the woman from Terenza.
No, I think it is. I mean, it's the same with movies and everything like that. Look at all the fairy tales that came out and recycled into, from a book to the second we started to be able to move pictures, we then got Snow White and all these other things from like Disney. Everything recycles itself and is told in a modern setting, in a strange kind of way. I think we're doing not the best of job, probably more recently with movies, because they're all just kind of legacy
Just
sequels
remakes.
and things.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and the remakes are just exactly the same as what happened 30 years ago. There needs to be a completely new take on because the same stories, I think, always come back. It's just what always happens. But my foot is going to the side. I need to keep it straight. No, but anyway.
Yeah,
but
you gotta be like Nathan. Nathan goes for his and I'm not speaking out of turn because he posts pictures of it every time. He
Yeah.
goes for his weekly pedicure.
Oh, I need to give this foot a pedicure then.
You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta
I gotta
give
get
that,
a giant file thing.
gotta give that.
I can do that
gotta give
while
that-
talking
give a
about
little-
this story. Yeah.
Gotta give a little gotta give a little scrub.
But yeah, I mean, I think there's always reimaginings and reinterpretations or different ways to tell myths, and myths are told very differently these days, because that's also going to pass into the story that we're talking about. This woman who fooled the world is also tying into modern day myths and what myths are now in the modern age, because people talk about you don't get the Bigfoots anymore or the other things, but you kind of do. You get them in a very different way, and that's what we're probably going to refer to here. But yeah, I think it is one of the modern day myths. This will be retold in different ways, and this seems to be I haven't seen on TikTok, so I don't quite know the exact extent of how huge this became, but it definitely is probably one of the retellings of an old tale.
It's so crazy because like I also feel like people also they love engaging with these stories too.
Yeah.
Like even on my TikTok, I post a lot of stories on there. I posted the Man from Torrid series, and that's one of my videos on TikTok that got over 1 million views, because it's like people love hearing these stories. And like I remember hearing this story because I used to read Weekly World News, like that supermarket tabloid that had all these stories. And even hearing that story, I was like, I remember this story. And then I did a video about it because I also wanted to engage with the story, because I was like, I remember this story. I'm like, this was a good one. And now this is the same story again.
No, it is. Yeah. I think it is. It definitely feels like it. It's and yeah, I think that we're just going to get similar stuff like that whenever there's a new app or a new thing where we consume all the media. There's going to be a reinterpretation of this woman, because we're talking about, oh, this is the man from Torrid right now, but maybe in 20 years' time they're going to be like, oh, this is like the woman from Terenza whenever the next story happens again, because it just goes through those cycles.
Well, it's going to be the kids that are 20 now. Which is Jamie. You can now refer to them as kids because you're old.
No, I'm as young as I feel. It's I don't know what you mean.
I don't know. I've heard you talk about your back hurting and your neck hurting.
Yeah,
I
my back
don't know
does
how.
hurt a little bit. Not anymore because I got a standing desk. What are you talking about? It's all
Oh,
fixed.
I
telling
need
you.
to get that.
I'm telling you, my
but I-
back literally stopped aching the second I got a standing desk.
Oh
so.
no, Nathan's in the chat. Your favorite show, Nathan. Are you traveling right now? Are you going to
Nathan.
call into the show?
Nathan, I'm your foot for this particular episode because we obviously realize people might be missing you a little bit, so I've decided to dress as your foot for this particular segment.
Also, Nathan, we've made $10 on this show so far, so we're rich now.
Yeah, so you're fired. We don't need you anymore. It's all good. You know, it happens.
$10.
Happens to us all.
I will say, just for the people joining us, if just a quick call to action again. If you do like the show, the stories that we're telling, we'd like to do this show as often as we can. We do have a Ko-Fi. It is down below. It is the Odd Boys Pod. And all the things like super chats and memberships. Jamie is now an official member of the show.
Yeah.
We all get a cut from the show. So if you would like to keep us employed, able to tell all of these mysteries, unravel the mysteries of the universe, please consider supporting the show. And even if you are not able to support monetarily, if you can like the stream, that also helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And so any kind of stuff like that, I highly recommend. We're having a bit of a smaller stream this time since it's Halloween, so everyone will be about and about.
Nathan says if we don't make $222, we're both fired.
Oh,
Can we please get some red super chats so that we don't get fired?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're. Yeah, Jamie, pull that up. Jamie,
pull up the red dots. Come on.
If we don't get two red super chats, we're both going to be fired. That would be horrible.
I'm telling you, I'm going to hear that quite a lot going into these shows now. Jamie, pull that up.
Well, eventually you can just start working for Joe Rogan.
Yeah, true. I'm going to be Jamie's replacement, Jamie the Second. They'll call me as Jamie the Second. Pull that up, because obviously
Nathan's shutting the chat. Wait, Nathan, I've got an idea.
There we go.
Caddy, thank you very much. $5.
Let's go. We're almost there. We're going to get to 222 in no time. Thank you very much for the support. Happy Halloween. Please don't fire them.
Thank you very much, Caddy. Thank you. Nathan is in the chat. Nathan will be back next week. Nathan is traveling. To the great Pacific Northwest right now.
Yeah.
We're going to see him later on. So Nathan will be back on Tuesday, but he's in the chat right now. I hope you have a safe flight.
Yeah, have a safe flight, dude. And anyone else who wishes to support and send some super chats, we really appreciate it, because obviously tonight we're not really expecting much to come through, because obviously with it being Halloween, we know a lot of people will be just out and about. We're also doing it earlier, so not everyone knows we're doing it earlier. So any kind of support that gets thrown our way for this particular stream will be much appreciated, while we give you some fun little spooky stories and myth talking, I guess, in this one.
Also, Jamie is literally dressed up like a foot. I thought that feet pics made a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm flaunting Nathan's foot costume right now. So why is there no more super chats going on for the feet? What's going on here?
If anybody donates, can you please put in the message, this is for the feet pics?
Yeah, because then we know who is donating specifically for the foot costume. That we need to balance this out and figure out what's going on there, you know? So if that's the case.
If you're a certified foot freak, please make your presence known. We're trying to channel this is us leaning into it. Where if you're a certified foot freak,
we need to figure it out. Leaning into it all.
Uh-huh.
We'll shower in raisins. As Nathan is talking about in the chat. So there you go. Get those super chats in. There we go. For the feet.
That's
$2.
That's Nathan's fiance. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. Finally.
We knew
Katie is Katie is a certified foot freak, and this confirms it.
Pretty much.
Katie.
I mean, that's just kind of sorted out. We now know how Katie found Nathan.
I mean, this would make sense. Nathan posts all that feet content all the time. Katie was probably stalking his feet content, and then found him.
I think that's the case.
found him in public, and she was like, "That's the foot guy."
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I guess getting back on track, Tom, we were talking about myths and modern day myths, but you were talking specifically about taking an old myth and then reinterpreting it into something new.
Mothman, $1 for
There's
each
another
footsie. Let's go. This is how we make $1 million, Jamie. This is how we're gonna do it.
It is. It's the feet. It's actually getting people to donate. This is where we're gonna fly. Oh my goodness. And we got an Oringle, new tip from Oringle. Thank you, Oringle. We get notified for it. Look at that.
And Cy did a $10 one. Wait, what?
It is.
What
it's
is
the
happening
feet.
right
I
now?
told you.
It's the feet thing. What did Oringle
It's the
just
feet.
do?
I don't know what Oringle. I just got a notification that Oringle did something on the Ko-Fi because I put the thing in on the stream. I didn't have that in the last stream. Look at this tech that's flying up here, guys. You know.
I heard it. Let me hold on. Let me pull it up.
We're almost rich tonight, guys. Can you believe it?
Jamie, pull that up. Oringle did $10. Oringle did $10 on the Ko-Fi. Thank you very much,
Hell
Oringle.
yeah, thank you very much, Oringle.
They said, "I love hairy old feet so much."
There you go. See, so it is the fit. We this is what we were missing in the last stream. We needed to appeal to all the foot fetishes out there.
What is happening right now? Nathan is saying him and Katie will have sex in the plane bathroom if we hit $222. Nathan. Nathan!
Well, there you go. That's the challenge now, guys. Can you get to 222 before that happens?
Well.
Spookiness. Need our blurbs. Oh, actually, Sai did say it in the super chat as well. Need our blurbs. You are right. We should do that.
Oh, yeah.
I will try to learn how to do that.
You can post your blurb link if you... They would go... Jamie is running the show. If Jamie wants... If Jamie wants to post his blurb link, you can.
I think I'll save it for maybe the next time when we... Because I prefer to get... So whatever blurb it is, Nathan can send me the thing. So when he does the streams and stuff, it'll notify on the stream of everything. Because we don't have the super chat. Do you get notifications for super chats too? I assume you can. Does Nathan do that?
Yes, and we need to get the Nathan's Streamlabs alert so that they would show up.
Yeah, so so I can get that, and then that'll obviously we'll get all that figured out for the next stream.
Oh
but if you would like to send,
Mr. Crystal Blue just became a member. Thank you, Miss Crystal Blue, for becoming a YouTube member.
Thank you, everyone who's been doing the super chats and the donations.
Nathan's fired. Look at how successful we are.
Nathan's so gonna be fired. We're gonna get to 222 in no time, and he's gonna have a sad bone in the bathroom in the airplane because he'll be fired. But he also hit the goal for 222.
You're gonna have some sad airport bathroom stinky sex because we're firing you.
Oh dear! Thank you very much, everyone who's joining up for members and stuff like that. I guess if we ever got a ton of members, we'd try find bonus content for that. But for right now, we're doing streams.
Boner content?
Boner content, yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's what the 222 goal is. It's boner content.
That's what it is. It's boner content. Is
that what you guys want? That's the goal. If we hit 222, Nathan's going to provide boner content.
Yes. Nathan says they're the only one that fires around here. Well, if that's the case, then why is there a goal for you to be fired at $100?
No. Jamie's the more successful YouTuber. He can fire. I hired him so he could fire you.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sadly, that's
how
the case.
It's a hierarchy. It's like
hierarchy.
Right. That's the hierarchy. He's hired, so you're fired.
Dear. That goal is false advertising. I don't know. People are donating to it. Gift memberships. Let's go. 5 gifted memberships for the feet. That's it. Oat is won over by the feet.
I mean, Oat's a certified foot freak.
Oh dear.
I knew it.
It's official.
Thank you very much, Oat. That's very nice of you. Yeah, this is the hierarchy. This is a hostile corporate takeover. And you know what this is? This is the American Revolution again.
But the opposite way around, because the British is invading.
1812, but this time the British won. Oh, Jamie, I'm British now.
Yeah, Tom's pretending to be British so he doesn't get kicked out. So he's just he's blending in.
By Jove, the King of England, the Queen.
See? I mean, natural. I can't even tell the difference. You might as well.
I pledge allegiance to the United Kingdom.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you very much, everyone who has either been giving some super chats and memberships or anything like that. If you'd like to obviously keep supporting us, we much appreciate it because, to be honest, we were not expecting that for this particular stream. Like we said, Halloween, we were expecting not many people to show up because it's earlier as well. And also, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, everyone's just going to be out and about on Halloween. So we would appreciate the start of the stream. We got quite a few memberships and donations as well. So thank you very much, and we appreciate any others that come through as well.
So do we want to say? So Jamie, I will say this: this is a real like world exclusive. We should save that for the final thing. I think that was your segue into hoaxes. We have the Lost Inside a Mind video, but should we do that as the grand finale? So we have like a world exclusive on the show.
We can do a grand finale for that one, but yes, there is a video that I was making, and it was in 2020 when I was putting it together, and we will save that to the final for that particular thing. But what I was segueing into was actually not that, but something that kind of slightly ties into what you were talking about with myths and obviously reinterpreting older stories. Well, there was actually something that happened in 2023 on TikTok, and I'm going to ask you the question, Tom. Have you ever heard of the Serbian dancing lady?
I have heard about this story, but I don't know the details. So I am very curious as to what you're going to say.
So basically, the dancing Serbian lady in 2023, for some strange reason, there was this video that appeared online of a older female in the streets doing a very weird little jig. And let me pull up. I think this was the original video, if I can find it.
Jamie, pull that up.
I'll pull that up for you guys. So
Jamie, pull that up.
I'm pulling it up. So this video gained millions of views. As you can even see on the likes, it's got 9.1 million likes alone, and that's not even views. And it was literally just this, and I think it had the eerie music playing.
New tip from Deathful.
Oh,
what?
We got another tip. Let's go!
What just happened? I hear the notification.
I heard it while I was showing as well. Hell yeah! Let's go! Oh, with the spookiness. All right, you check that one out. But this is basically the video, guys, for anyone who doesn't know. So, for a little bit of context, obviously. This was a obviously creepy image that was placed over, and then there was a little bit of lore attached to it, basically called the Dancing Serbian Lady. And it was a strange woman that was found in the streets doing a strange little dance, but if you approached her, she would turn violent. And she was reported to attack people who came anywhere near her. And before anyone knew it, this became an online myth of the Serbian dancing lady. And there were multiple different videos and interpretations of what this was, and it spread it around. In fact, there was, even looking at like the search results, there is tons of different videos of the dancing Serbian lady, of these things, of what you would see in the streets of this woman. I think there's even this little horror movie that was made.
Also, and just let me interrupt you really quick.
Yeah,
Sai donated $50. Thank you, Sai. That's incredibly generous of you. And they said foot. This is how we make $1 million, Jamie.
We're gonna do it. We don't need Nathan. We just made $50. We're rich.
Do you guys want to see? Is it just feet content? Do you want to?
Is he going for it? Look at him. Oh, he's going look at him go. Is this gonna bring any more in? I think this is going for it. Look at that. Tom's going all out now. He's seen the money come in for the feet, so he's like, all right, here you go. He's knocking his camera off as well.
Knocking my camera off. I'm knocking everything
Camera
over.
nearly flew off as well in the process.
I almost knocked my drink off.
Oh my god, he's so
Would've been bad.
ecstatic. $50, that's insane. Thank you so much, though. Much appreciated.
Shoes are not feet. These are these are nice like.
Oh, that's
These are nice.
There.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna show feet, you know, gotta make it worth it.
Nathan says he's gonna put his foot in a bowl of mustard now and upload a 10-hour video. Wow!
I also love that Nathan hears Nathan is Pavlov's dog. He hears the here's the Ko-Fi noise and he goes, feet. He's like, with $50, I'll blow my feet up with a hand grenade for that much money.
Liquid Amber says, I'm really glad Jamie didn't read my story while wearing that. So, that's fair, I think. But anyway, before we continue the story of the dancing Serbian lady, I do want to say thank you very much for anyone who is donating or throws anything our way. We'll read any of the super chats and vice versa. But to continue the story of the dancing Serbian lady, yes, this was huge. As you can see, 112 million views, this particular video. Don't even know what it was. Serbian dancing lady versus parkour POV in India. Then there was all this stuff that was happening. So much stuff kind of took place. And people were curious, where on earth did this footage come from? And eventually, after a little bit of exploring, someone did find a news article of something that actually happened in Serbia, of a Serbian woman. This is the actual video, I believe, was in the streets at night doing a strange dance, and she was jumping in front of cars. When people approached her, she pulled out a knife on them, supposedly. And it seems like she was having a not great night. She must have been having a bit of a breakdown, and that's what seemed to have happened. And that's kind of all it was. She was detained. She was an actual person. She got arrested. But later on, someone made this video and based off of that particular thing, and it exploded into this myth of a mythical woman, lady type thing, when it was actually just a lady that probably didn't have the best of night, going through something and was attacking people in 2019, I believe it was. So it was 5 years before it came out.
I do think there is something to, it's a really striking visual. And I like, especially like that top down, you see the woman doing like the weird side to side dance. Like that is a scary, like this looks like I'm watching a found footage horror movie. And then like hearing that she would then attack people, like, that is scary. Like if I'm putting myself in the perspective of, if this was real, if I looked outside of my apartment and then down below on the street, there's this, and then she's also playing the scary music.
Mm-hmm. She's or just humming to herself, or just doing something like that.
No, I mean, I'm joking with the scary music, but it is scary. It's a scary visual to like. Whenever you can get stuff like this, like I almost talked about it. Maybe we can cover it another time. But there's another urban like anytime that you can see this like real stuff, or like put yourself into this person's shoes and get these like striking visuals. Like one that I almost added it to the doc, but I didn't. There's I think it's in New York. I think it was in New Baltimore, New York. There was the Hell Glitch. And that's like another, like, it's like, oh, this is scary. It's like putting yourself in the perspective of like somebody experiencing this. And even if it's nothing, like this originated from something and it was like nothing, but like the Hell Glitch was somebody looking at Google Earth and then going through Google Earth, all of the, like all in this town, the Google and like it's something benign. It's like the footage from Google Earth, like the car that drives around and gives you that footage, was corrupted through this town for whatever reason. So all of the footage looked hellish and destroyed. And they referred to it as the hell glitch. And people were like, wow, this is like a dimensional portal. This is like, this whole place must be cursed, this whole town. But like, really, it was probably just the Google Earth car experiencing some sort of camera malfunction. So when it took the data, it just, for that town, for whatever reason, like the camera malfunctioned and like the data was all messed up. But same thing with this Serbian dancing woman. It's like it had a very benign, like maybe the woman was having a mental health crisis, maybe she was drunk, maybe she was high. Who knows? Like, or maybe she was doing a prank and or whatever. Like it sounds like something dangerous is going on. Maybe she was having a mental health crisis. But then that story gets told, and that story gets told to another person, and then that story gets told to another person, and that story gets told to another person. People make a TikTok out of it. People make a YouTube short out of it. People make a Facebook post about it. And after a few years, few months, you have the Serbian dancing woman, and then you have the hell glitch, and you have all of this other stuff.
Yeah, it's incredible. It is fascinating how it is. I think the strange thing about the Serbian dancing woman that I kind of like, because when I first heard about it, it sounded ridiculous. But I think it's because it borders that line of stupidity. So, you know, like it's literally on that line. And if you're not careful, it could literally go too far and it just becomes hilarious. Where it goes, you know, because I think horror has that, especially with like a lot of Blumhouse horror movies and things. They really border that line of horror can either become too silly or really scary by doing something silly. Like, you know, and Blumhouse is like a good example of going too far or throwing things at the wall to see what can become scary and what doesn't, like the Smile movies or someone making, you know, the
bye-bye man.
The bye-bye man. Yeah, literally, like, you know, these things, like, they're on the edge of being either really, really funny or really, really scary. And if you're not quite right, it can fall into either category for you. And I think the Serbian dancing woman is another similar thing where if you're not careful, that could come across as absolutely hilarious, which in some videos it definitely does, because I've seen some of like the things that people cover and talk about it, and I'm like, that's hilarious. But then in another part, I'm like, oh, there is something a little bit eerie of the movement that she does. But yeah,
it's creepy. It has a good. It's like do you remember that movie Lights Out? That was like,
yes.
Granted that was like, but the same sort of thing. Like the idea of like you turn on your light and there's like a demonic old woman there, and then like, you know, they can only like you turn the light out and she gets you or whatever. There is something striking that I find similar to that about the Serbian dancing woman, where it's like just the visual of that. It works as a scary thought. I don't know if it works as a movie, but it is scary. And I think that a lot of this stuff works as like, it's a very scary visual image that I think, especially in today's, like the way that media is consumed now, it's all consumed, or at least mostly in the most popular fashions. These TikToks are 15 seconds long, 20 seconds long. Yeah. So it's like this, it's almost like just a moving photo. And it's like, oh, really scary visual image. And then that gets shared 100 billion times.
Exactly. And I think you're right. I don't think the Serbian dancing woman would work in a movie. I think maybe you could get away with like a standalone episode of a creepy TV show, but the longer you talk about it, I think the funnier it gets, you know? I think the Serbian dancing woman works as a very creepy, the less you know about it, the better. Because I think the second someone starts describing it, it becomes less and less scary. Because it was like Slender Man. Slender Man was a very similar thing. You could have two, you know, what brought Slender Man into the limelight was the lack of knowledge we had of it. We just knew this guy was popping up in certain pictures. We didn't quite know much about him. We didn't really know his face. We didn't even know he had no face at one point. We just knew it was distorted and in the distance. And he was just wearing a suit.
Can I interrupt 1 second?
Yeah.
Because we don't want to be sued, the operator.
Well, it's not even the operator, but that's Marble Hornets.
Wait, they're going to sue us too.
The tall man.
The tall guy in a suit with the mask on.
The tall guy in the suit with a mask on. There you go. Perfect. But yeah, the fact that like the second it started, people started adding lore to it that everyone collectively agreed, it started losing its fear because people started knowing more about it and how it operates, meaning they knew how to defend themselves against it too. The less you know about those things, the creepier it can be, which in this case,
true.
if you just see this woman dancing and if someone just told you never approach them without explanation as to why, I think that's far more creepier than telling them why.
Well, it's like Bloody Mary. It's like if you like hearing it's any of these urban it's any of these urban legends. But I think that's what makes urban legends very fascinating. This is a recommendation actually. If you want to hear a really creepy urban legend that also and I'm remembering like a little bit off the top of my head, but there's an urban legend called Cropsey. Have you ever heard the urban legend of Cropsey?
No, what's that?
I'm trying to remember exactly where it took place. I think it might have been in New York, but basically I believe it was in the 70s and 80s. And it's been a long time since I've seen the documentary, but these filmmakers made a documentary about the Cropsey urban legend. And it's kind of like the less you know about it, the scarier it was. But it was basically, I believe it was in the 70s and 80s. Children were disappearing in this like town, and it was the urban legend of Cropsey. It was like parents were like, don't leave your kids outside, or like the bad man is going to get you. And it turned out that there actually was somebody that abducted, I believe it was one child in that like area, and that urban legend sprang up. But like it ended up being like kind of a scary thing. There's a really good documentary about it called Cropsey. And I think that might be available on Hulu or something. If anybody wants a pretty spooky, scary urban legend documentary, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's a really good documentary. It's interesting. It's scary. But it kind of shows the evolution of an urban legend. It went from like this man abducted a child, and then that turned into like, if you are out late at night, all the children will be abducted. And it was like all from this area, but it spawned the Cropsey urban legend. But it's another like, it shows you the evolution of these urban legends. And like that one is like still, it's still scary because there's truth to it. But I also think it also shows there's often a little bit of truth to these things. Like even the man from Torrid, there is some truth to, it was a different travel. It was a traveler in like the night. It was John something. It was a traveler who had trouble with his paperwork. And then that turned into eventually the story of the man from Torrid. It turned into a time traveler. But it does show you there's often a little like nugget of truth in all of these urban legends. And like the Serbian dancing woman, it was a person.
Yeah.
And then it evolved into like, it just evolved into something else. But yeah, the Cropsey documentary, if you want a creepy one, it does show you how that specifically is a recommendation to show you how urban legends evolve. It evolved from like, it was a real case. Like this guy ended up going to jail. Like he was guilty of abduction. And there was like a basis of like factual events that happened, but then that turned into like, parents locking their doors at night. Like don't go outside after dark. Like it turned into like, it did turn into a whole thing. But it does show you, that's a really good, it's a really good documentary to show you the evolution of these sort of events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
urban legends, scary,
urban legends, man, very, very, very spooky. But yeah, is there another one you want to try and explore that you
yes,
you feel like talking about?
I think just because just to keep us on track here, I don't know how long your story will take, so I'm going to go into this one because this one is a more lighthearted sort of story. I'm going to give you this story of this is from the New York Post, and the headline of this story is, "I had a threesome with a bisexual woman and my dead husband's ghost. He finally got his happy ending." Have you heard about this story, Jamie?
No, of course I've not heard about this story, Tom. Why on earth would I have heard about this story? What is this?
Because it's a UK widow.
Just because it's a UK, that doesn't mean I've heard of this.
Yeah, but isn't everybody in the UK, aren't you all having sex with dead bodies?
No, I'm not. What the hell is this, Tom?
And ghosts. So this story, a UK widow brought new meaning to being with somebody in spirit after allegedly having a threesome with a woman and the ghost of her dead husband. She says, quote, "I don't believe in the literal afterlife, but I felt his presence as we had sex." Nikki Wake, 53, told Jam Press while describing her alleged post-mortem menage a trois.
What
The Manchester resident, who identifies as bisexual, claimed her husband, Andy, had dreamt about having a threesome, something she had secretly fantasized about as well. Quote, "I used to joke that I'd treat him to it for his 60th birthday." So basically, this story, I'll read you another quote. Quote, "If we were going to go for it, I assumed we'd either use a specialist dating site or perhaps we'd hire an escort. I was always a little hesitant after introducing a third person into what was a deeply loving and fulfilling relationship, but as a one-off special occasion, I felt it could be fun and memorable for both of us." Unfortunately, which this is actually very sad. Unfortunately, her husband died from COVID.
Oh, really? Oh,
Mhm. So that is actually very sad.
yeah.
But in good news, she had
a
sex
threesome with
his
him. Yeah,
she had a
as
threesome with
ghost.
his ghost. Andy very sadly passed away from COVID. And then she re-entered the dating pool and brought another woman into the fray. And then, quote from his wife, "I could almost hear him say, 'You deserve joy. Don't forget me.'" Um, during the romp, Wake said she felt she felt his presence and said he'd absolutely support her getting back in the sack.
During the romp, she felt his presence. This is just... No matter when you
believe it.
lost your partner, our main focus is love and lust after loss.
I believe
says
it.
she ultimately hopes that her experience teaches people to be open about your situation and your desires.
I
Yeah.
believe it.
Okay.
You be the judge, everybody.
She thanked me for being open and told me she'd honored to feel me to feel something other than grief. Yeah.
Nathan
Oh
is
my
in the chat, by the way, just saying he's going to fire us. Nathan, we're at 60% of the Ko-Fi goal. What else do you want?
Yeah, what do you mean? We're literally doing great. We're doing better.
We are $40 away on
Listen,
the Ko-Fi goal, or Nathan is going to fire us, apparently. We're so
All right,
close.
guys. Well, you know what that means. Come on. You like the feat? Then that means you need to donate towards the Ko-Fi. Or send us a super chat of what you think about this female having a threesome with a ghost. Do you think it's real? Do you think it's not? Maybe you should give us a super chat and tell us what you think, and we'll read it out on stream.
We should have Seth on the show. Seth said one time he had sex with a ghost.
He had sex with a ghost.
Dead serious. He said he had sex with a ghost in like the shower or something. He told the story on a
wow.
He told the story on a podcast we did maybe like 7-8 years ago.
Well,
but if
then, yeah, it's got to be on our boys then. Got to bring him on to tell that story.
We need to.
New tip
Yes,
from Sideful.
let's go.
Wait,
we can do this. We can fly through.
Are we not fired?
I believe in you, chat, to keep us not being fired. Also, we got a similar amount of views from the last stream, so I guess doing it early is not too bad.
Oh my God! Side donated $20. We're $20 away from the Ko-Fi goal. Let's go! Thank you, Side.
Is that the firing Nathan goal? Do we get to fire him at in $20 more?
We're gonna fire Nathan first. Also, Katie said in chat a while ago that we can't fire Nathan because Nathan technically owns the channel. What Katie doesn't know is that I actually work for a secret government intelligence program, and we created Nathan in an alien-human hybrid experimentation program. So technically, because I work for the United States government in the alien-human hybrid program, and Nathan is a product of this alien-human hybrid program, I can fire Nathan because I'm like his father.
Yeah, And the proof that that is true is that look how faulty Nathan is. He poops himself all the time. That when has when has there ever been a US product that hasn't been faulty? Look how much he breaks. So there you go.
I never said that we made him well. I just said that we made him.
Yeah, exactly. That's the American way, baby. So there you go.
USA. God bless America.
Make everything cheaply until it doesn't work and falls apart. It's great.
I forgot to wash the test tubes that we were growing them in. They were just
Your
dirty.
Terminator? Well, I mean, to an extent, yeah. You're like the what is it? What's the thing before the Terminator is fully made? It's like a prototype, you know?
I would say less Terminator and more Brave Little Toaster.
Oh, well, there you go. It's still something, right? I think you could probably live that long.
Brave Little Toaster had a movie.
I think that'd be good. I mean, Brave Little Toaster, he could take a lot of hits, right? It's a toaster. It wouldn't. I can't remember what the toaster movie was like.
It can toast.
Well, there you go. Nathan, you can toast. How about that? You're able to make toast. So it's incredible.
Thank you, everybody, for the Ko-Fis. Thank you for the super chats.
Yes, thank you very much, guys.
It's very much appreciated. We're $20 away from our Happy Halloween goal, so our hosts can enjoy some Halloween flavor
and not get fired. How about that? You can do that, guys.
And not get fired.
No one can get fired if we can get the $20. How about that? Oh dear.
Okay. So that was the threesome with the ghost. What do you think about that, Jamie?
It is something, and to be honest, I'm not really surprised it came from the UK, out of all places, for something like that to happen. And if you'd have told me that story and made me guess where it happened, I would have probably said the UK. I know America would have been in a tight contender for it, but
is this a thing in the UK?
Like the UK has just got some weird stuff when it comes to paranormal kind of stuff. So it sounds kind of a British thing to do. I don't know. With America feels like it's more big when there's like crazy shit happening. Like I sawed off my husband's leg just to keep us warm, kind of thing. This feels more like like a little bit on a lower scale, but still like a what the fuck just happened, which I feel like would be fit more of the UK box of the world compared to America kind of crazy stories.
Right. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I think it sounds like obviously we all remember we all remember when COVID was at its peak and people didn't know what was going in the beginning. Nobody knew what was going on. There were no vaccines. People were dying. People didn't know like effective mitigation strategies. And I think it's super sad that this woman lost her partner of, I believe, 20 years. And I think that that's super sad. I also think it's also sad that apparently they had a dream that one day they were going to have a menage a trois and they were never able to fulfill this dream. And it sounds like this woman was going through a grieving process. Sounds like she met somebody she liked. She met a woman that she liked, and I think she was falling in love with this person. And I think you manifesting, I think she remembered her husband, and I think she felt his presence, whether he was actually there or it was just manifesting his memory, his presence. I think this was probably how she could say goodbye to her husband. She like remembered him during this, which I think in a way is kind of nice. She was like honoring. This was like an actual wish that they had, apparently.
Yeah.
I think in a way that's
she got to do something, nice. Even if it's like, depending on what people think about of whether it happened or not. I think this was her way of saying goodbye. So I think in a strange kind of way, it's kind of nice. It's her way of like kind of moving on. I think from that, which is sad. I think it was, but also nice as well. But yeah.
I think it was closure. I think she was like, this is something. Yeah. I think it was like something that her and her husband had discussed. And I think that she like, whether real or fake, or like imagined, I guess, I think she like felt his presence. Cause like, I'm sure that like you've had this experience where, cause everybody has, like you lose somebody you love, whether that person is like a person, a pet, like, and you can definitely feel if you like think of them, you can like still remember what they sounded like. You can still remember what they felt like. And I think I think closure is important, and I think that's what this romp provided for her.
Yeah, exactly. I guess everyone has their own closure in different ways, and yeah, I guess it's one of those. It's always nice to think that your relatives or anyone who has gone somewhere else. So it would always be. It's always nice to think about.
The only thing that I'll be slightly critical of is that most ways of saying goodbye do not involve taking a shower afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. I mean, people say goodbye at different points, you know? Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, Tom.
It's nice in its own way. It's nice and
What's this thing about Mexico? You said there was like something. I'm looking at this Google Doc, and you sent me a thing about what's going on with a thing in Mexico with a ghost.
Jamie, let me tee this up for you.
Oh, teeing me up for it.
Jamie, did you hear about the supernatural paranormal footage from Mexico?
What? The super paranormal footage from Mexico? Do go on.
Well, Jamie, pull that clip up. We've got some footage of a ghost moving cleaning equipment onto train tracks. Definitive proof that ghosts are real.
Oh my goodness. Let's have a look at this.
El metro de la Ciudad de
I haven't
México
seen
volvió
this
a
as
encender
well.
las redes sociales.
I also love, that they refer to ghosts in Mexico. I didn't realize this. They refer to ghosts as phantasma.
Phantasma. Oh my God,
that's like a
phantasma. Maybe that's what we should call it from now on. Did you guys see the phantasma? Phantasma.
Se difundiera un video donde se observa un presunto caso de actividad paranormal.
It just exploded?
It got pushed. There's no explanation for this.
What do you mean that it got pushed?
It just moved on its own. This was cleaning equipment. It just jumps. Pushed by a phantasma onto the train tracks. Imagine if there was a train coming. This could have been an international disaster.
It's a cleaner thing, though. Don't you think it just accidentally turned on and then flew off?
Oringle in the chat says, so it was a machine that malfunctioned. No, a ghost pushed it onto the train tracks.
Oh my God.
No, this was just a quick one. I thought that this
I thought this would be a fun footage to see. When you said this throws it onto train tracks, I was like, whoa, what the heck? Look at that. Look at it go. I like how it...
Yeah, see?
It probably thinks it's free. It's like, oh my God, I'm free. I made it away. I escaped. Let's go.
Why
does it explode? Holy shit. It's got a...
Well,
it must be turned on, right? When it's...
train tracks, it's like it's an electric rail system. So it's like that's what you hit the third rail.
It's metal, the actual thing that flew off.
Right, it's metal on metal, and I think it hit that electrified rail and exploded. I do think it's pretty striking footage.
I mean,
whether or not this was a ghost.
I mean, it's crazy footage to see it explode, because considering how close the train was, like it's right there. So if that had happened at any other point, that's incredibly dangerous, obviously. Ghost-wise, it just looks like it accidentally got turned on and flew off. But
I think it's very clear that it was definitely a ghost.
Absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Yeah, that more terrifies me because of how close that train was to potentially setting off as this flew onto the track, which is quite horrifying, especially if that train sets off. Yeah, it just runs over. That could cause some pretty devastating issues there. That's scary.
Yeah, this
I do
was
like
just a
that
short one.
it's named as a ghost, though. I found that quite funny. It's a ghost. It tried to run free. It possessed the cleaning materials and then just ran away, and then it forgot about the electrical line and zapped itself.
It's a ghost.
Do you think the ghost could, if the ghost like tried to grab and run with it, do you think it got zapped too by that electrical power?
Yeah, I don't think the ghost made it. I think this was...
It died and went to the place beyond the death area. It's a dead ghost.
I think the ghost became another ghost.
You're right. There's actually a podcast in the ghost world talking about this sad ghost that sadly passed on, and they're talking about, do you think there's an afterworld after our world?
It's the afterlife.
It's the afterlife.
Afterlife After Hours.
Afterlife After Hours. They went to the After Hours life.
But I'm not really sure about this one. I do think this one was probably it was probably just the equipment malfunctioning. But I do think the scary thing, like you said, is that it was so close to that train, and if another train had been coming, if this equipment this could have caused real damage, like real injuries. So I'm grateful that nobody was hurt.
Yeah, if it was anything else, I'd probably be a bit more like, oh yeah, I don't know how that happened. But that, considering it was facing the ground, it looks like it was plugged in, and it just flew off. But yeah, the part that's terrifying to me is like actually the how close that, because there was a train there. It wasn't like it's just a track where there is no train yet or a bit, but it's like right there, so it could have gone at any moment. Which is
exactly
horrifying to kind of think about.
Well, I'm glad that nobody was hurt.
Exactly. Love that.
Speaking of nobody was hurt, Jamie, or at least nobody was hurt yet, have you heard that a UFO tracker has detected thousands of eerie underwater objects lurking off the United States coast?
No, what the hell? This sounds cool. Go for it.
I thought that this was really interesting, but it's a popular UFO reporting app has recorded thousands of sightings of unidentified submersible objects, which are USOs. I didn't realize that that was such a phenomenon, that there's actually an abbreviation for it. There's or an acronym for it. USOs, underwater unidentified submersible objects. And this is a phenomenon which high-ranking U.S. officials warned could pose a threat to national security. So basically, there are now, and if you scroll down, there's a map showing, this is something that's actually happening. There's this app that's been releasing maps of reported sightings, and they're represented as these orange dots down the United States East Coast. But there are glowing objects off the coast of the United States, and thousands of these events have been documented and reported, and they can't explain what is happening or what they are. And I don't know if these could be like bioluminescent creatures. I don't know if these are like some sort of like underwater drones. But these have been reported since since late 2019. It looks like there were the USS Omaha recorded UFO UAPs that vanished into the ocean. There's a 29-page report for UFO focused think tank, the Soul Foundation, documenting patterns of similar phenomenon. So the thing that I think is interesting is there are many credible eyewitnesses that have come forward, and a lot of these are U.S. Navy, because the U.S. Navy is often the East Coast of the United States is where that's Norfolk, Virginia, I believe, is where the U.S. Navy main fleet is situated from. That's where they launch from. So there's tons of Navy personnel. So tons of Navy ships, like aircraft carriers and destroyers and battleships and stuff like that, off of the East Coast of the United States. And that's where a lot of this underwater activity is documented. And that's also where a lot of the UFO activity, where these UFOs are then diving into the ocean, that's where they're documented from as well. So I do think that it's interesting that there's so many credible witnesses and there's so many events that have happened.
That sounds crazy. Are there any? It said there was a video on this, and I was just trying to like find whether there was a video, but I can't see. Oh wait, is this it? I think I might have.
That might be it.
Green
it's like the
glow USOs are being seen all over the eastern coast of the U.S.
It's crazy. It's crazy, right?
Is this one? It is kind of cool.
What did you make of it when you saw this?
Oh yeah, there
but
it
it's like,
is.
are these? It's like are these? It's like, are these bioluminescent creatures? Are they like, what is that? Like, it's moving too quickly to be like algae, and that's way too bright to be algae. And it's like, you could make the claim that like, is this AI? Is this like a hoax? Is this like a Blender video? But the thing that I would counter that with is so many actual documented accounts have come from U.S. Navy personnel. Like people, the very famous video is Lieutenant Commander David Fravor, the guy who reported he was the leader of a flight group, and he was one of the whistleblowers who came forward with UFO footage while they were out on an aircraft carrier a couple of years ago. And this is like a lieutenant commander in the U.S. Navy. So it's like, this is a man who has his entire career on the line. And he's going to be like court-martialed, dismissed from the Navy for leaking sensitive information. Like, this is somebody who's risking their livelihood to release this sort of information. So I don't know what this is, but I do think that there's something here, and it's a little scary that people are reporting thousands of these sightings.
So much to the point that there's a name for it, USOs. That's kind of wild.
And there's a tracker. There's an app.
Tracker as well. Oh yeah, the map thing that you were showing. Yeah, that's also kind of crazy.
People are using an app.
This is weird. Is this another like video of it as well? Is that another?
It looks like
that's from another perspective. Yeah, that's got. So there's different perspectives, and then they've named it. That's insane.
What do you think this could be?
What do I think it could be? I have no knowledge of like the ocean when it comes to this kind of stuff, but I want to believe it's just some kind of weird little thing that's going on. I actually have no idea, because I'm like, I don't even think it could be a creature that could glow like that. But I'm also like, well, what else could it be? It's got to be, I don't even know. You can't even like, I guess I just don't know enough about the ocean to like take a guess of what kind of thing that could be. Because the thing is with like, you know, like when it comes to like UFOs, like you can, one of the biggest things I tend to believe when it comes to UFOs is a lot of them are tech from either the US or Russia or others, because they do have tech, like it's confirmed that they have tech that is way beyond what the public are allowed to see. So it's very possible a lot of the things that people experience are legit things that come from military operations, because some of these do happen near military type stuff. And so I tend to like, that's usually where my brain kind of goes whenever I see strange objects and things that are kind of hard to explain. But when it comes to ocean, glowing things seem really weird. I don't really know what you could kind of give for that one. I'd be really curious what like if you get a biologist on or something and talk about it, what they think it'd be.
Yeah, I mean, that's often where my head goes as well. And this could very well be some like advanced military, because a lot of this is spotted by military personnel.
Oh, really?
So it's like,
okay.
It's like maybe this could be some sort of like underwater military technology that they're using. And like we as the public, or even like you know how the military is, even the military is very like separated into like different ranks will like know different amounts of information.
Exactly.
So like a sailor or like a basic officer isn't going to be privy to something that like is a top secret operation.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely it's definitely, I do like it. It's definitely very eerie. Just because it's like a circular thing. It's almost like a swirly. It's a weird. There's something in the center there, and it is making a very large circle, like it's round. So it's not even making a shape; it is just round.
It's something traveling in the water.
And is it moving as well? I'm not even sure. I thought it was stationary. Maybe it is moving.
No, I think it is moving. But yeah, they haven't identified. They haven't identified what it is, and there's been a lot of these. There's been a lot of these sightings, and they haven't been able to identify exactly what they are. But there is the other thing that I think that a lot of the oceans are fully unexplored. So I do think that like we don't really know exactly what lurks beneath the waves. It's like one of the last like truly unexplored, because it's so inhospitable. In terms of our travel, like we can only go down so deep. We have to use specialized equipment. It's so dangerous to like we can't go down there without highly specialized equipment, and only for a short amount of time. So we don't really know exactly. It could be some creature that's ascending from the depths of the ocean that we haven't seen before. It is very spooky though. I don't know exactly what it could be. but it's weird.
It's definitely. I love to imagine that it's like a creature because I always love hearing about the creepy shit that. I mean, that's where people get all their alien inspiration from the ocean, of all the crazy things that come from the depths. It's very possible it could be a species of a creature or so, because it didn't look massive, so to speak. You know,
No.
it's not like the bloop where the creature would have to be literally a Goliath, a Godzilla size kind of creature to make that kind of noise. This is like a thing that is the size of a boat, it looked like. So I guess it could very possibly be maybe an undiscovered creature or something like. I guess I'm more inclined to think that something like that could be a thing, especially with those. You ever see? It's those like little fish that are in like in the depth. They have like a little light bulb above their head. That conducts light. Is that where anglerfish?
An anglerfish.
An anglerfish. You know,
but it's a really
green version of that.
a really big one that came. A really big green one.
Yeah, a really big green one that maybe it just ate some bad food or something like that, and it's sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why it's gone green. Their light bulb changes.
Well, anybody who's on the East Coast of the United States, keep your eye out for these strange, unidentified lights moving off the coast of the eastern United States.
Ah, well, the way you said that, you know what that was, Tom? That was a hook for a short. There you go. Boom. That's the start of it. See? Look at that, guys. We're naturals at this. We know how to hook people now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we can, do you want to, so I think we have one last story. Do we want to do this last story, or do you want to go right into?
Let's do it. Let's do it. We might as well go through them. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll go into the Inside of Mine video. So
I found this story, and I just thought it was creepy. So have you ever heard the story of the Enfield monster?
No, I have not. Do tell me, Tom.
So, and I found this on the All That's Interesting, Scary True Stories, and there's actually a news article here. So Henry McDaniel says that he shot and wounded a monster on his doorstep and is worried it may come back to get even. So basically the story is this guy, Henry McDaniel, his 2 young children claimed to see a weird creature lurking in their yard trying to get into their house. Henry McDaniel chalked their creepy story up to an active imagination of childhood. However, he changed his mind later that night after being awoken by strange scratching sounds. McDaniel grabbed a gun and a flashlight and peered outside his front door. There, between 2 rose bushes, he saw a creature that was almost like a human body, just as his kids described. It had 3 legs, a short body, 2 little arms, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights. McDaniel said he fired 4 shots, and he was sure he hit the creature with at least one, causing it to make a hiss, much like a wildcat, before it ran off towards a railway embankment. McDaniel was stunned when he saw the monstrous beast jump 80 feet in 3 jumps before quickly running out of sight. The police also found scratches on his door screen, as well as footprints in the dirt that looked like they were dog-like with 6 toe pads, yet no clues pointed to an unusual creature. So I do think, and this is now referred to as the Enfield monster, this inspired a slew of cryptid sightings of this creature in that region, and even a few reports of people saying that they had seen this creature. It is a very scary looking creature if you look at it. It looks really, you know what it almost looks like? And I wonder if this is what inspired it. It looks like the dogs from Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, I see that. I see what you mean.
And very luckily, McDaniel and his children were not harmed. But very scary story. I just thought that this was like a fun cryptid story to share around Halloween, but I had never heard of the Enfield monster before. But I guess in terms of cryptids, I'm gonna rank this one. It didn't actually kill anybody. It was just scary. I'm gonna give this one like a B tier if I'm gonna put it on the tier system of cryptids.
By design wise, yeah.
It's a little basic, but does remind me of the dog from Ghostbusters. Didn't harm anybody, and inspired a few other cryptid sightings within the area, but it's not as popular as like a Mothman or a Loch Ness or a Bigfoot. So I'm going to put this on the cryptid B team.
Yeah, I could see that. I think it fits there. I put it there. It looks kind of cool. I think there's some cool ideas with that too. When was this? 1973. It said.
73 is when the monster was. A monster was sighted in Enfield.
McDaniel. Enfield. So no, wait, in the UK, right? The Enfield haunting?
No. So I thought that too. This was in the United States. I believe it was in Virginia.
Oh, okay. I see.
But yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, Enfield poltergeist? And then I was like, oh no, this is in the United States.
Strange
but this would also explain why the first reaction was get my gun and flashlight and just fire wildly through the front door.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, in my head, I was thinking 70s. Did the UK still have guns back then? I can't remember. We had them at some point before we decided, nah. So, could have been guns back then.
I think this is a very American reaction of see creature or something outside, grab gun, fire many
just
times.
Fire into the distance and hope for the best and see what happens.
Right, it's just like it's like Joe the mailman. It's like I'm just trying to deliver your package.
It's like I thought I saw a creature. I needed to shoot you.
No, it's just your DoorDash. No, stop shooting.
Yeah, how did you forget you ordered this?
I was just trying to knock on your door. I wasn't scratching. It's just your it's your Chick-fil-A.
You just shot all over your Chick-fil-A. Blood's all over now. What are you doing?
But that was basically it. This is just another quick one. I thought it was a scary story, and we're gonna cover more cryptids. This is the cryptid B team. We talked about Loch Ness in a previous episode. Yeah? Yes, there's more. There's footage of Loch Ness. There's a webcam set up at Loch Ness, and it either captured the creature's neck coming out of the water, or it was a stick.
One or the other. You know, it's a 50. One or the other.
It's really 50-50. Nathan and I think that it was Loch Ness. We don't think that it was a stick.
You don't think it was a stick. You think it was Nessie. Nice. Okay.
I think it was Nessie.
You'll have to send me the views through.
Those are the Yeah.
You gotta do a tier list then of all the cryptids. That's something you can do for content, for your shorts and things like that.
We should do that on another episode. I'm trying to think of who I would put on like S tier. I mean S tier S tier is like the highest one, right?
Yeah, S tier is highest.
S tier you gotta put Bigfoot, I think.
See, Bigfoot, I don't know. I don't know if I'd put him that high because he's just a giant monkey. And the thing is, it's hard to suggest it as well because like Bigfoot's like American, but there's so many different versions of just a giant ape. You know, you got the abominable snowman, which is in the Himalayas, which is just Bigfoot again. Everyone's got like an ape story. Yeah. I don't know, but then again, I go by designs as well. I guess Bigfoot, famous wise, I guess I'd put it in S tier. But I don't know if I'd put it as because the thing is, there's not really great stories of like Bigfoot for me personally. I feel like I hear tons of like different other like eerie stuff. I feel like the Goatman has some interesting lore. Mothman surprisingly has some interesting stuff, but Bigfoot I never hear. Bigfoot I just never really hear that cool of stories. I mean, people make good fictional ones. I think Teak sent me once of like the SCP Foundation version of Bigfoot, which was an interesting take on it. But story-wise of sightings, I don't really ever find an interesting thing of him. Classic-wise, you'd have him in S tier. But like actually, like what's he done? Classic. I feel like to me, I find him hard to put him in the S tier.
Yeah, I mean, I like all the stories about him. Maybe I'd put him in A tier then. I don't know who I would put in S tier. This particular case, I would put in B tier because I'd never heard of him before. Yeah. I feel like this was just basic dog creature.
Yeah,
I also feel like I also feel like this guy claims he shot something and he claimed it hissed like a mountain lion. So and like in America, that's like, but that's a real thing. Like there are giant, like these are like giant 200-pound creatures that like live in the woods, and like they come to like, especially in a more rural area, bears, cougars, mountain lions, if they smell food and they're hungry, coyotes, could have been a coyote.
Exactly.
Like these creatures just go up to people's doors and break in, and like they could kill people too. So I think this one probably like a cougar or a mountain lion or like a coyote or something. And I think the guy probably shot something, and I think it was probably just like a hungry animal that smelled food or something.
You guys will have to definitely do a tier list of all the creatures. I think that'd be cool. Get a bunch of the, and go through, I guess, different cryptids, because that'd be a cool thing to explore. The cryptid world. The cryptid, very fitting.
It's a future episode
for sure.
Well, I think we could. So this is the Halloween spectacular. Shall we go into the grand finale? This is the unfit. I'll let you lead it. This is your story.
So speaking of cryptids and things that we should be talking about at some point in the future, I think that moves us swiftly on to the Inside of Mind video that was completely forgotten about and never got actually made. And that is, it's basically to do with cryptids and strange things found on the internet. And so I'm going to tee it up a little bit similar to how I was going to introduce it in the video, because I actually have a good old Google Doc up here with links to a lot of the stuff that I was planning to do. I know.
A script?
Well, it's not. Yeah, bit of a planning area, basically.
Kind of a script, yeah. Wow,
it's a lot of research kind of flying into this stuff. So I'm going to tell you guys a bit of this story that happened. All right, let me see if I can get some videos going up. So there was a video back in 2015 called Pizza Rat. And
Pizza Rat. I love pizza.
You love pizza? Well, Pizza Rat was this thing that went viral, 12 million views, and it was literally a rat carrying a slice of pizza down a flight of stairs in a New York subway. And this video,
it's cute. It's like Ratatouille. It's carrying the pizza.
Casual thing. But then something kind of strange happened around this same time. Is another rat video kind of went viral, which was a man who, it looked like a homeless individual was sleeping in the subway, and a rat crawled up onto his lap and took a picture on his phone, and they deemed it selfie rat because the picture had actually caught him in the picture, because basically the rat had snuck on the guy. It had accidentally opened the camera on his screen and taken a picture, and the guy jumped. And so that seemed like, there's a lot of viral rat videos going on in New York. What's kind of happening here? And a New York reporter basically found out that, because they basically identified the selfie rat guy as an actor from the I think it was the so this is the original one. This is the actual clip that you can see the rat on his lap, and then he jumps up.
So he's an actor. So he's not. This guy's not even.
This
real.
guy was pretending to be a homeless person, and turned out to be an actor. And that was the picture. It was Selfie Rat taking a picture of this, and it was deemed.
It's a pretty good picture. It's like if somebody sent me a picture of if somebody sent that to me, I'd be like, I would say this is the greatest rat of all time.
I would too. And the thing is, someone found out that this was an actor, and basically the journalist thought, I've got him. Found out his name was Eric Yearwood, and they reached out to him and they asked for comment. They were like, "What are you doing? We found out that you just made this rat video up." And so they thought, "Oh wait, we can make an article debunking the story. It's not as crazy as you think it is." However, when they called him up or went to his door, wherever it is they went to, his response was not what they were expecting. He told them that he was hired by an individual who goes by the name Zardulu, and he claimed that she has been making fake viral videos for the last at least 10 years. And half of the animals videos and things that you have been seeing in the media have been made by Zardulu herself, who claim, and by the way, she doesn't show her face. She wears a strange mask, she wears strange robes, and she has a strange office area in the middle of New York, a little workshop that Eric was fortunate to go to, that had all these strange props and things and rats that she was training for viral videos to take off online. And
so wait, are you saying that she was responsible for Pizza Rat?
yes, she has actually claimed to be responsible for Pizza Rat herself.
Pizza Rat's an actor? He is Ratatouille.
It is. It's like that's what she had claimed. And not only that, there has been several other videos that have gone on in time that have been part of her. There was this one, which was a photo that took off, which was a raccoon riding an alligator, which is just a prop. It's not real.
Very classic photo, though.
Yeah, very classy photo that it kind of just took off and exploded. This got so big that I think it appeared on The Daily Show and also Fox News when, who was it? Before Tucker Carlson took over.
But Fox News. That's,
well, the reason I bring up those two is specifically because that's why Zardulu made these videos, is because two people with completely polar opposite views took a time out of their segment to talk about the same silly photograph that they found online that they both thought was funny. And that was kind of her idea of fake myths. And so when she got called out, essentially, from all this stuff by Eric Yearwood, she then made a YouTube channel, and she essentially posted a manifesto.
And the Zardulu Manifesto?
A Zardulu Manifesto. And she essentially... Zardulu the Mythmaker. And what she essentially said is myths are dead in the sense that we have been... that we usually refer to them as. They have been reborn in a very new way. The myths we see now are in newspapers. They're in media. They're in corporate. They're on Fox News. They're on all these other things. Those are our modern day myths. And she believes that they have been switched in a very strange way to turn them into a more negative out test. Whereas Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, they were myths to create wonder about the world that we didn't know about. And those create intrigue and help with imagination and help us talk and communicate with each other in a positive way. Whereas media online and newspapers, these myths are dangerous and very corruptive. And so she believes that we need the positive myths as well. And so that is why she creates these fake animal videos or strange mythical creatures online to basically bring more joy into the world after there has been so much bad myths been trying to plaster into the world.
So is Zardulu claiming that the corporate media is creating storylines?
Yes.
Or is she claiming that government lobbyists are concocting storylines to control the narrative?
She is. Yes, that is exactly what she was claiming.
That's not possible. The news has never made up anything.
The news has never lied to us. What is she talking about?
The government has never lied to any of us. The media has never lied to any of us. I mean, she's definitely right.
Yeah.
And I agree. I agree that I do agree. And you've told me a little bit about the Zardulu story, but I'm hearing the full details. I think because you were. For anybody wondering, Jamie, you were working on this video with Night Docs at some point, I think.
Yes, yeah, we were working with Night Docs.
You didn't give me the full details. You gave me very broad strokes when you started working on the video, because obviously you were working on the video, and I think you were still creating it at the time.
Yes.
So this is the first time I'm hearing like the full story, other than I think Jim might have Jim might have told me like in a very first of all, also I love Night Docs. Jim's great.
Yeah, he's great.
Jim told me like in the very Jim way. Jim's like, I've got this fucking crazy story we're telling. And I was like,
he's good at selling it. To be fair, he's so good.
Right. So like he told me very broad strokes of it, and I think you told me very broad strokes. And I was very much like I was like, oh, I'm like, I can't wait to see the video. I was like, this sounds fun.
Yeah.
But also everybody should watch Night Docs. I hear this is sidebar. I think Night Docs is coming back soon. He said he was. He showed me. Good. I don't know if he showed it to you, but he showed me, and I won't say what it is because I don't want to blow up the spot. He showed me a rough cut of a video like last year, and I don't know if that's going to be the next video he puts out, but it's a good one. So I hope he finishes it because he showed me a rough cut of something he was working on, and it was really good. And everybody should follow Night Docs if you're not following Night Docs. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's really good. I love his stuff.
But with this story, I think that Zardulu's correct, and we need the storytellers, and we need and Orangle in the chat is saying we need Pizza Rat. We kind of do. Like hearing it's like a good, like looking at that footage, and I remember seeing the Pizza Rat video.
Yeah,
it's just like a silly animal video, and it's like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like a nice story, and it's like I think we need those stories. We need less. We don't need so many media stories that are put out there now. They're put out there to control a narrative.
Yeah,
and like it doesn't matter if it's right-wing media or left-wing media. A lot of these stories that are put out there purposefully to control a narrative, and so that's like a myth because it's like a lot of these things aren't real and they're put out there for the purpose of like disinformation. So I think it's fun that somebody like a Zardulu is creating these stories of just Pizza Rat or raccoon riding alligator.
Yeah, exactly. And that was her point, was obviously, these modern day myths that are the newspapers they are creating it in a more negative space. So she tries to break into those news spaces to even if one person smiles for like a brief second while doom scrolling, she claims she's succeeded because that's what she's trying to do. And and I'll go through a couple of the other videos before I continue its story, but there was a three-eyed fish video, which was a strange mythical fish, obviously, that just popped up on the Daily Mail. And it was just this. It was Eric Yearwood was part of this. I think he was filming it, so we didn't see it was him, but he admitted he was part of this.
You got a catfish? 3 eyes?
Yeah. 3 eyes.
Holy! Mind if I take a picture? That is nuts.
So yeah, catfish with like 3 eyes.
And for the audience, if you're not following it exactly, this actor was the same one who portrayed the houseless individual with the selfie rat. So it's like,
yes,
she's hired these actors. These are, but like, this is also like coast to coast, like Art Bell, whether or not he admitted it or not, or he was in on it. A lot of the callers to Art Bell, were actors, or they were doing like performative pieces. So it's like, I think that this sort of thing has existed in media in one way or another for a while.
Yeah, 100%. And she's obviously been doing it this kind of way. And there's another story. Apparently, a beaver steals man's prosthetic leg, which just sounds hilarious. It was just a thing that happened.
Now for the mix, and we start with an interesting discovery. So these two guys, Elliot Fuller and Jason Franklin, were canoeing in Wisconsin, and they came across a beaver dam. Pretty cool. So they start to poke around a little bit, and suddenly they see a leg sticking out of the dam.
Well, that can't be good.
They are sure they have found a body.
100%.
Instead, turns out it was a prosthetic leg.
Okay, not weird at all.
But this is not even the half of it. So they then get the bright idea, for whatever reason, to search the web to see if anybody has put an ad out there for a lost leg.
Because that's what you do.
And they find the Craigslist ad, believe it or not. Mark Warner of Green Bay actually put out a Craigslist ad asking if anyone found a lost prosthetic leg and offering a $50 reward. The guys give him his leg. They get 50 bucks.
Random.
The beaver stole his leg.
Now there's an APB out for that beaver.
Oh, he did.
And there you go.
Wow,
And so, yeah.
they're trying to arrest the beaver.
And they're trying to arrest the beaver now. Can you believe it? The other one that I actually saw before I realized this was Zardulu was this: a baby Loch Ness monster washed up on the beach. This circulated for ages because I remember this. This was in like a top 5 spooky videos. You know what? Every time those like spooky top 5 creepy things washed up on ocean or I remember watching a top 5 and this was on so many times. I think even Scare Theater or others did it in one of their top 5. But it was this baby.
It was
Loch Ness
covered by a
monster.
lot of people.
Yeah. Baby Loch Ness monster washed up on beach, and this was obviously Zardulu that made it. It was she was behind it. And yeah, it was crazy. So she made all these things, and I guess I'll let's see a little bit of a video. We won't watch all of this, but this is what she looks like. Can you believe it? Look at that.
I mean, I will say, from what you've told me, yes, I can indeed believe that this is what she looks like.
Absolutely.
I mean, she's a performer. She's a story.
Yes.
Like from what I'm gathering here, she's a performer. She's a storyteller. She's creating these narratives, and she doesn't want her identity to be known.
Yes, exactly.
So she's leaning into it. She's a masked storyteller.
She's leaning into it, and me and Night Dogs were thinking that whoever this person is, we didn't really ever try to figure out who she was, but we had to say basically off of what we have researched and stuff, she's definitely wealthy because she has a workshop in New York City. Like that is not a place you rent out or just your workshop, let alone living there.
I mean, this is very from what I know a few people who have money. This is very much a money people thing. They're like creating all these like art, like it's a well-off. They're either rich or they're funded.
Yeah,
like
yeah. I think it's probably rich.
Somebody's paying for them.
Yeah, I think it's rich because there's no incentive to make money from this because she never wants to be seen. In fact, I think she probably built some of the persona to specifically stop people from finding her and be too focused on the image that is the Zardulu thing. And
Frax in the chat says it's just another of Nathan's many channels, always a different costume. I will disagree because Nathan would 100% say that it was him, and he would say, "If you want more Zardulu, please, here's the Zardulu tier on my Patreon."
Yeah, pretty much.
So I disagree with that.
But yeah, so she must have something along those lines, and she does obviously this in her spare time completely free of charge. Hiring actors as well, because obviously Eric Yearwood said himself he got paid. And we actually interviewed Eric Yearwood. He would be in the video if the video was to make. But we'll get on to him a little in a second. But
they now write the myths that define our values and worldview. Myths were once messages in bottles from shores our ancestors had visited, how they made the passage and what beauties awaited us along the way.
Spooky voice.
We no longer gain these valuable lessons from our mythology. It is produced with the sole purpose of exploiting us and has stripped our lives of substance and forced us into a repetitive and automated process of life. All that once truthfully lived is now a mere effigy. Images have displaced authentic human interaction. Before the advent of the internet, social life was already not about living, but about having. Those who wished to exploit us produced images to dictate what we needed and desired.
But yeah, she was kind of going over the manifesto while she was narrating this particular stuff. But
it's interesting. I mean, I don't disagree with her. I think that she's right that like and even I don't like agree with how a lot of modern society runs, that like we've created this society of like people don't really interact with each other anymore. The media is feeding us like their narrative, and like a lot of it is driven by like, you need to own this, you need to do this to be happy, you should vote for this person, like you should do that. And a lot of it is engineered. It's engineering us to act in a certain way or think in a certain way. So I don't disagree with her. I think that it's nice that she is she wants it sounds like she wants us to go back to it's like that simpler time type of thing.
I think so. I think she's using it to her advantage of trying to incorporate the good that myths can come from, because she was of the belief that myths can be a good thing. And that's why she's trying to do the Bigfoots, the things that in smaller ways, in more modern ways, which is animals doing crazy things or silly things that'll appear on your feed, because that's how she can incorporate a myth to you. Because obviously a lot of people get upset when things aren't real, you know, or like a ghost story or things. They're like, no, I want it to be real. It's like, it doesn't have to be. The entertainment comes from the idea of it possibly being real. That's where the excitement comes from. Because at the end of the day, most ghost stories could probably be boiled down to just a solid explanation, but the explanation will be boring. And so Zardulu likes the idea of, she believes these are myths. She doesn't believe there's a Bigfoot. She doesn't believe there's a Loch Ness. She believes they were created and they were fictional. But rather than being what a lot of skeptics do and see that as a negative thing and get angry when other people talk about it, she sees it as a great thing for communication and believes that those myths should exist to create a more of a positive approach to this side of the world. We decided to interview Eric Eward. We wanted to get him on for the video and talk to him about it, and we did. And in the actual video, he told us what happened with him, because his story is also just as interesting with Zardulu, because he had a couple of strange encounters with Zardulu, and he actually had a bit of I think it's a bit of a parting way, a falling out type thing with her. And
I think that's the thing with, because I know people who are, and I'm sure you do too.
Yeah.
If you are dealing with somebody who's a true artist, they are very like, in my interactions with true artists too, especially if this person is well funded, which they appear to be, they don't answer to anybody. So it's like, if you're not doing things in their particular way, I'm sure that didn't bode well for Mr. Yearwood, and just being like, or questioning, like why are you questioning me? But this person seems, and Zardulu seems correct in many ways, but if you're dealing with a true artist, it seems like they're very locked into their manner of thinking, and you're not breaching that.
No, exactly. And so essentially, we spoke to him about it, and he told the story, which is the craziest story that supposedly happened. Was he, I believe he was telling her about trying to turn it commercial. He was trying to make her bigger. And I think talking about that, I was going to say, you
never want to do. Once you start talking, let's make this into a franchise to the true artist, they're instantly going to be like, nope, don't want to talk about this, don't want to hear it.
What are you talking about? So what happened shortly after that conversation was she invited him into the woods somewhere. And I can't remember exactly. I'd have to listen back to the actual interview itself. But he told that he was invited to this strange area deep into the woods, and he sat down. She sat him down because she went there with him, and she stood in front of him. And out of the bushes, two other people dressed as Zardulu stand there in front of him. And they make this strange, weird chant to him and ask him a question. And he apparently answered yes to the question. And because I don't think he quite understood what the question was. And he feels like her reaction was the wrong answer. And after it was done, she sent him back to home, to the car for him to drive home, and invited him over to the workshop the next day. And she did kind of a final goodbye to him in the workshop as he told her as she was going over some of the work that she's made. And that was the last time he ever saw her, which was always interesting to hear from his side of the story. It seems like he obviously, like you were saying, when you're working with a true artist, it sounds like he upset her for sure, in that regard.
I think it's hard because it's like, I think this man was obviously an actor. And I think that's the hardest thing, because even like and I'm sure you as well, like even I have this thing where like I fancy myself, or at least I try to be, like I think of myself as an artist. Like if I work on something, like if I work on Dad with Nathan, or if I make Project Earth with Barry, or like whatever, my own videos that are like documentaries that I'm pouring a lot of energy into the research for those videos. And like, I'm not thinking like, how do I commercialize this? I'm like trying to think of how do I make this, and like how do I make it to my satisfaction. But then I'm also, at the end of the day, because I'm not a very well financed individual like Zardulu probably seems to be, I still have to pay the bills. So like I see it from both perspectives. Like I see that this area, but this guy was just an actor, and I think he saw it as like, oh, we've had these videos that have gone super viral. When are we putting Pizza Rat on a t-shirt?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How are we going to make money from this?
But like, I get it, because he's just like, he was probably having fun making these videos with Zardulu, and he was having like a good time doing it. And I think it sounds like he respected her as an artist, but it's so hard, I think, when you deal with the true artist type people, because on one hand, I respect it. But like, I know people, like, especially growing up in like music scenes and like all this other type of thing, the people who had like wealthy parents, and they were like, those are the people that, and you see this a lot with like actors and stuff. This is one of the reasons that you always see the actors of now, their parents were the actors of yesterday, because these are people that just grew up with money and means, and like, they're like, I always wanted to be an actor. And it's like, oh, well, it's like, you know, it's Drew Barrymore, and their dad was like or Jamie Lee Curtis, and their dad was Tony Curtis or whatever. And it's interesting because like I love the true artist thing, but most people can't do that. And like, at the end of the day, you still have to put bread on the table.
Yeah, exactly. It's a hard place, because he was also a struggling actor as well. So obviously he was immediately thinking, how do I put, you know, food on the table for myself? But
also he put in the work. That's the other thing, where it's like, this guy was like, I was part of these videos, the fish and the houseless guy thing. Those videos probably got millions of views, and this guy couldn't say, I empathize with him and his perception of it, his perspective of being like, I was in these videos that got millions of views probably, and I can't say it was me. And like, this guy's probably struggling to pay his rent.
Yeah, exactly. There's a tough part there. But I think it's also a hard thing to take control of that, considering that it sounds like Zardulu had been doing this years before Eric was hired to do any of the work.
This is just her thing.
It was always her thing years before he came into the picture. But it wasn't until he got caught that obviously that it suddenly like spiraled into other stuff, and people started covering about Zardulu. But story doesn't end there, Tom. I've got some more of the story. So me and Night Docs were actually trying to think about how we can turn this into a video, and what would kind of stand out a little bit more than just the regular, this is Zardulu and this is what she does. And we were thinking about it long and hard while we were after the interview with Eric. And it suddenly clicked into my mind, what if we reached out to Zardulu and tried to make a hoax ourselves, and we document the hoax?
What? Inside a hoax?
Inside a hoax, baby. And
Wow.
so I found that she had a Twitter.
That'll be the end of the episode. We're $20 away from the Ko-Fi goal. Jamie is monetizing this shocking. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep, no, I'm not telling the story until we get $20 more. So there you go in the chat.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
But if anybody, we are very close to our goal. I will segue one more time. If you would like to help us hit our final goal, we are $20 away from the Ko-Fi goal. That is the Ko-Fi Odd Boys. It is pinned in the chat. If you would like to support the channel, please consider doing a super chat or a Ko-Fi or just liking the stream. If you haven't liked the stream, make sure you like the stream.
Yeah, feel free to do that. It helps us out a lot because obviously if you would like to see more of these streams and us continuing it, obviously it'll be Tom and Nathan going forward and things, but I'll be running it. I'll be trying to keeping the channel going as well, and we'll be making as many shorts as we can. So feel free to, if you can't obviously donate, don't forget to share the shorts to friends and family and things like that. But if you can throw something our way, feel free for any super chats or even the Ko-Fi. We're $20 away from hitting our goal for a stream that we weren't really expecting to get much. So we're pretty grateful for everything. But so thank you. So if anyone is able to help us get us over, it'd be much appreciated. Right before we continue this story in the Inside of Mind world.
That was the commercial break. Everybody.
That was the commercial break. I think it's worth. I think it's worth doing a commercial break in between stuff like this.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, to continue on from that, obviously, I knew that Zardulu had a Twitter account. That's where she'd mostly been posting at this point in time. And I noticed that her messages was open to the public to send messages through. So I basically decided to send a message, basically saying, hello, oh, there we go. Sai, thank you very much for the tip. I don't know what that is.
Deathful.
Wait,
is that it?
Do it?
Did that push us over? That'd be great if it did.
Sai did it. Sai did it. We hit.
Let's
ladies
go,
and gentlemen.
Sai. Thank you very much.
Mission accomplished. Thank you very much, Sai. Thank you for helping.
Perfect.
Jay, that means Jamie and I can keep our jobs.
We can keep our jobs.
And we can get Halloween pizza now.
We can get Halloween pizza, and we can, while telling you guys a lovely tale of Zardulu.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sai. That's very much appreciated.
Thank you, everybody who has been sending stuff through today. It's been really nice of you. So yeah, I send a message. I'm like, I am Inside of Mind. I run this channel, got this amount of subscribers. I would love to work with you on a hoax or something along those lines. And I drop the message, send it off. Within 10 minutes, I get the message, hello. Just those words. Without a single, with nothing else with context. And then I see that little dots going again. And my heart is pounding at that point. I'm like, oh shit, this could be interesting. At first, when I get the response, she actually is very hesitant to work with me because she says that apparently other media outlets have tried to do it before, and it has unfortunately fallen through in that regard. But I try to talk about, we're on YouTube, we'll try to do these things, and we'll try to get it working for you if we can. And she very quickly changed her mind. Maybe it is Nathan, because it was like the mind switch was very, very fast. And she suddenly was like very on board. I think she talked herself into it. I don't even think it was me that had convinced her. I think she was just getting purely excited by the idea of doing another hoax. And I obviously said that we'd document it and then we'd reveal that it was going to be fake after it was all done. So she actually had an image, and you know what? Let me see if I can find the image that she sent me. But she basically said, I have a story that I want you to do. I want you to create a Facebook profile for a, for a treasure hunter, one of those people with the metal detectors and things. There is massive groups on Facebook that do metal detector work, and they basically post all the time about strange gold coins that they find, and everyone kind of analyzes them and sees what they find. I want you to basically be in these areas, create a fake character on Facebook, join these groups, post a couple of regular things to make it look legit, and then I want you to one day claim that you have found a unicorn's skull. I have the model. I'm going to show you what it is. And she sent me a picture of this model that she made out of this skeleton with obviously a unicorn horn. She said, I don't want you to just say it's a unicorn. I want you to just say I found this weird thing while we were doing this metal detector. My grandma is claiming it's a unicorn. And then go from there, and then we'll send it to a bunch of the press in your area. And so I obviously agreed to that. I was like, that's a thing. I'd messaged Night Docs. I was like, that's what we can do. And I got one of my friends from university, because he was an actor, and I studied acting in performing arts, and I thought he'd be the easiest one. So I recorded convos with him, and we were preparing to do all that. We created a Facebook page, and we even got a metal detector, and was planning to do a video of sorts in that area. But then the funniest thing happened. COVID, specifically, which literally completely destroyed everything in that regard.
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that? That is basically what that completely destroyed everything of going on property for collecting gold or doing all those things, and that pushed us in delayed so many things. And I think at that exact same point, my friend obviously started getting more busier, so it was harder to get him to end up doing things. And I think I wasn't really doing the best mentally around that time either, so a lot of it got delayed. And at some point, Zardulu makes a post on Twitter that this particular persona has gone back into the shadows and is no longer functioning.
So she retired or whatever.
I think she talked about her spirit has moved on to other places. So I think she is still doing it, but she doesn't want Zardulu attached to it. She wants Zardulu gone. So she doesn't want people to know it's hers. Because I will also say, I can show you some of the clips off stream, but I'm not going to show it just because she sent these to me specifically, and I don't think she has ever posted these to the public that she's made them.
Which is fair.
Yeah,
fair.
But there were things in other countries that she had done that also made it to their media that she has made in the past that was similar to the unicorn thing.
So she's international.
Yes.
This is like, so this I think goes back to what you were saying before, that this sounds like either a well-financed or just maybe there's somebody maybe they're a trust fund, maybe their parents are rich, maybe they have a job that they're just very wealthy independently. But this does sound like somebody who's very well-financed, and they probably have a dozen different personas across the world.
I think so. I think she very much prefers to never be discovered and undetected because she gets the enjoyment out of seeing people's reactions to it.
To the stories.
Yeah, to the stories. She's not bothered at all about the other. And I think you're right. My theory is that she's got a job that she's quite aware of, because she's in New York. I feel like New York, if you're in that area, you've probably got a pretty... If you're renting out a workshop there.
I think it's possible that because I know a few people who are like their families are well off, or they're like, I think it's very possible, like from what you're describing, and because I know a few people who are like what I would describe as pure artists, and the pure artists are often, which is like, I respect it, like, and I respect Zardulu for all of this. They're like, it's super cool, but I think that often it's like you can afford to be that idealistic. So I think but I also think that it's great that like they can, like, this art looks like it means a lot to them, and I think it's fascinating, and it's super cool that they're able to do this. So I hope they keep doing it. I think it's really neat.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be nice to see it, but But yeah, she even offered to do, if we wanted to do the thing ourselves without her involvement, we can.
Well, how are you supposed to do how are you supposed to do the pointy horse hoax?
The pointy
now?
horse hoax? Yeah, I know.
You told,
it's crazy.
You told everybody about the pointy horse.
Well, we were not going to do the pointy horse because it wasn't a thing. It's sadly, we couldn't do it. So that is the the only other way that we were going to potentially do it was obviously talk about how we were building up, but then COVID happened and everything kind of just got delayed on it. So that was
delayed Yeah. I mean, it delayed. I mean, yeah,
it delayed and canceled so many things, but
it messed up everything. Even with even working with Nathan at that time, we were in the middle of shooting. I worked with Nathan on the first 3 acts of Dad, and we were in the middle of we had shot. I don't even know. Like we had shot. It was actually it was like a super. This is like a side memory for me. But that episode where Crothers and Andon meet in the diner, we had literally just shot that. And that was a big deal for me because that was an episode that I wrote. And then Nathan did a rewrite of it. But I wrote that episode and I was also in it. And we rented out this diner. And it was like a very cool moment for me because I was like, oh, I wrote this episode and then Nathan did the rewrite and then I'm in it. And then COVID happened the next week. It was like the shutdowns happened. It was like, yeah. And then so it was and we had shot half the season. And then it was we were like, what do we do now? But yeah, things got, everybody, I don't need to remind anybody. Things were crazy around that time.
They really were. It was very unfortunate. So much stuff got delayed in that. It was such a shame because that was a really cool video that would have been amazing. I mean, maybe at one point I'll make this particular thing at some point in future, but it might as well tell about it now since it's not there any time. In fact, this is where the Inside of Mine theme came from. This particular video because
it's from this. Jim wrote the theme for this video.
It was kind of so basically I found this video. This song. Where was it? I found this song. I'm gonna play it. See if you can hear it as well but I'm pretty sure Stream will be able to hear it. But this song I found and I thought would be a great song for Zardulu.
It's just this song. The song. It's just ZZ Top, Sharp Dressed Man, right?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But this was basically the song. If you guys can hear it, can you hear that, Tom?
Oh yeah, I can already hear the piano. I'm like, oh, it's your theme.
Yeah. This was a song that was made called "I'm Wild," and it was Most Stacks, I think, that made it. And I found this song, and I thought this would be a great one for Zardulu. I was gonna make some cutout stuff. I'll turn it down a little bit, but I was gonna make.
I can hear.
I was gonna make some paper animations, but I was gonna make some paper animation of all the a beaver stealing a leg, the obviously the 3-eyed fish, pizza rat, all these little paper type stuff. In fact, I think I was gonna do it similar to. I don't think it'd be here if I searched it up. Oh, is it this?
Sai is asking, are we going to get pizza? Sai, you better believe we're going to get pizza. It won't be on stream. We'll get it off stream, but this will find. I'm meeting up with Nathan in. I need to check my time, by the way. I'm meeting up with Nathan in a couple of hours. Nathan is coming into the Pacific Northwest, and this will finance a pizza for myself, for Mr. Jamie, Mr. Foot, and for Nathan. We will get Halloween pizza offline. Thank you for supporting the Ko-Fi, everybody, this evening.
Thank you for everyone who's been sending stuff to the Ko-Fi and the Super Chats and the members, obviously, today. But yeah, this was the video. It was something along these lines I was going to do, which had the beaver and stuff, and I wanted that song playing. And it had all that stuff from Zardulu, because I thought it was an interesting approach.
This isn't
what I made.
Made.
This is someone. It was going to be something along these lines. Is with that song that I was just playing there. And then I sent it to obviously Jim Night Docs, and saying I kind of want this for a theme potentially, because I decided against for maybe Zardulu, and I was like, what if I just had a Inside of Mind theme? And then obviously, then we got the actual. I think this was Jim's version of it first, because he wanted to get the beat right first.
Mm-hmm.
So he made it himself, and then got that going. Which obviously you can tell it's very similar.
We get the backstory of you can hear it. It's not exactly the same, but you can hear that it's like you can hear the inspiration.
And then
this
was I think is this the finished version of it? I think this is finished.
Brax is saying no pizza for Katie. That is up to Nathan.
This is the finished version, I believe. Of Inside of Mind, obviously.
It's a good theme.
Oh, yeah. Because he wanted, I think he originally sent me, I think something like this had fit you, which was more of a Netflix documentary type music, because it had the strings and things. And I was like, well, if I cover something silly, that's not going to really be as great to play. So I want something a bit more upbeat for the intro.
Yeah, you don't usually cover really dark stuff on your channel.
No.
Or like there were a few mysteries. Your stuff was mostly, or at least like I would say what I think are your best videos, like in terms of like my preference, my favorite. It was like you talking about film or like a video game. You should watch Jamie's. You should watch Jamie's coverage. Jamie has some really good. He has a Blair Witch video. He has a BioShock video. He's got some good stuff on his,
I do.
Some good stuff on his channel.
Exactly.
But that wouldn't really work with like if it was like it didn't need to be super duper dark for you to talk about a movie.
Exactly. And and there were a lot of like lighthearted things within that stuff. Even with the dark movies, there was always some intriguing stuff that was never like I thought too dark. But yes, that was the Zardulu video that was going to turn into stuff. I couldn't find the Eric interview sadly on my computer. It's probably somewhere, but otherwise I would have played a clip of what he interviewed in there too with me and Night Docs in it. But
do you think I think if you ever feel the inspiration, I do think that would be a good and like obviously no pressure. I do think if you were to make another video in Inside of Mind, that would be a good video. I could see that doing well as well. It's a really interesting story. I wonder if you could get Zardulu to come out of retirement a little bit and speak on the video. But yeah, very interesting story.
Yeah, I think if I ever made a return to Inside of Mind, that would be it.
Wait, Nathan's in the chat. Nathan, we hit the Ko-Fi goal. We can each get a pizza, and you can buy Katie a pizza. Thanks to Sai and thank you to Orangle. I think those were the two that supported the Ko-Fi. I think it was Sai and Orangle. We have hit the Ko-Fi pizza goal. We can each get a pizza.
Yes, absolutely.
We can get a pizza.
And we entertained for 2 hours, Nathan. We talked about a Lost Inside of Mind video. But yes. But I would probably turn that into...
How close are we to Katie getting her baby? That was like... I changed the goal to a smaller one. We're like still like very far... We're very, very far away from...
What's the goal for that one?
There was a goal for $1,000 that Nathan would have a baby with Katie. We made $100 today, which means we're still like $700 away from you having a baby goal.
Ah, well, there you go. Can have a baby.
Oh yeah, Nathan wants to know about the Lost Inside of Mind Nathan video. The Nathan part 2.
The Nathan part. I was gonna do the man you've never seen. Oh, sorry, with the man you've seen but never heard of part 2. Because I was gonna do obviously because since he was in that other one, that same year he had gone on America's Got Talent, was boxed a bunch of people, and then did all that other stuff as well. So yeah, that was another one that was obviously gonna eventually make it into another thing.
Did you start pre-production on that?
Yeah, that one was starting. I think so. I think that was another one that was also in the works at some point. Can't remember where it is, but yeah.
Well, when's it coming out?
It's not coming out. To know. Retired. Left it.
Oh yeah. I will say this. I should post it in the chat if you're not following Jamie. I might not be live this weekend because Nathan will be in town, and I'm going to be hanging out with him. But I'll post Jamie's link in the chat. Nathan will be in town, so I won't be streaming. But you should. Jamie will be live on Sunday, so everybody should follow.
Yeah, I might not be. I might be traveling down on London, sadly.
What?
But yeah, otherwise that would have been a great time to like go live. But I'm sadly going to be going down in London, so
follow Jamie anyway.
You should follow me anyway because I go to the lives there and help me support there while I segue between stuff.
Sai was a big fan of your first part on Nathan.
Oh, really? Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It was a good video.
Yeah. Question. A quick thing on that as well, because I saw a couple of comments in that chat, and I want to clarify some stuff because they kept going, "I've never seen or heard of this guy," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, okay, but you don't know if you've seen someone if you've never heard of them. All right? Have you ever like learned about a massive star in a movie, and then you go back and watch your favorite movie and go, oh, he was in this?
Oh, that guy.
I didn't know. That's what I mean, you dipshits. All right? What the hell are you on about? Frickin' coming over here. I've never, like, fucking smug little prick in my comment section saying, oh, I've never seen or heard of him. That's come on, put two brain cells together and figure out what I'm trying to say there. Jesus. Anyway, sorry. That was a pet peeve of mine that I saw on that video. It's like, you don't know that.
This is why
smug
Jamie
little
stopped,
prick.
This is why Jamie stopped making YouTube videos. This
Started
is how
yelling at my chat. It's like, I need to go. Sit down.
I will say that if you'd like to hear, Jamie yells at his chat all the time, he's swearing. You should make sure you follow Jamie on Twitch. Jamie is live most every Sunday. I think I should say this. I think that will, Jamie, that was a very special that was a very special treat, as Eshin just said. That was a treat chat. I think that was a treat story. I'm glad thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, I've always liked that story, so it's been good to share that, I think, on somewhere, even if it does eventually turn into a video. I think it's a pretty cool story.
I think once Nathan is, we need to figure out the logistics of it. When Nathan is visiting the Pacific Northwest this weekend, he said, I guess Katie is going on a trip either the following week or the week after. Nathan would like to do, we did a 24-hour stream on Odd Boys. I think he wants to do, I don't know how we're going to work out the logistics of it. But he wanted to try to do a subathon of some kind on this channel once he's back, because Katie will be away for about a week and a half. So you and I and Nathan are going to have to talk so we can figure out some sort of subathon-y type thing. But then we'll be able to potentially keep this channel going long into the future, which would be very, very nice. This channel is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. I think it's nice to do that. I think a weekly type.
Oh, Nathan's in the chat.
Oh, there
next week Katie is gone. Nathan, we'll have to you Jamie and I will have to figure out the logistics of it. But I'm down to do a thing. I think that would be fun. I don't know if I could do, because I don't have access to the office at all hours of the day, but it'd be fun to do some sort of long stream thing.
Yeah. We'd have to see. I don't know what Nathan has, because next week, we'll have to see what Nathan's wanting. But yeah.
Oh, Nathan will stream on his regular channel too. Yeah, we'll figure out something.
Yeah.
I think on this channel, we should do something where all three of us are live we could do like a 12-hour stream on this channel, on like some weekend while Katie is away. I think it'd be fun to do like some big, longer event on this channel. However, that is like represented, and then we can figure it out.
I think so. I mean, to be honest, he could, if he wants to do the subathon stuff, he could do it on his main, but promote the Odd Boys, and then we do a 12-hour thing just on the Odd Boys at some other time. Because I think the Odd Boys would probably work well as like the podcasty format that's live. The podcast that's live, essentially, where you update the news and react to the chat and stuff. I think could work. But yeah. Because, I don't think I could keep up with, if I'm doing maintenance and things, I don't know if I could keep up with a subathon. because I
But
do have other days where I need to do stuff. So.
But subathon is life, Jamie. It's
I know.
So I said to get a soda. I will. I actually drank. This is in the wrap it up portion.
Nathan,
I have to meet Nathan soon. I always get RC. If I get a slice of pizza, I always get an RC cola. RC, the greatest cola known to mankind. I don't know if anybody else has Royal Crown Cola where they are. It's not available nationwide or worldwide, but Royal Crown Soda. I think it came out before Coke, and it is my preference. So I will get a Royal. I thank you very much for supporting the Ko-Fi again, Orangle and Sai, and I will get a Royal Crown Soda.
Yes, and thank you very much for everyone who has given us some super chats as well, and the memberships. Much appreciated. Needed to do the podcast that goes wrong. Eshin, isn't that like every Odd Boys episode ever? I feel like something at least goes wrong every episode.
Wait. You know what I will say? Oh yeah, dab. Should we just do a dab? Is that the?
We do a dab. There you go. That's very relevant right now. Yeah.
I was gonna say something I will point out. Jamie, not a single technical issue on this stream. Jamie is actually the tech master. I don't know if Nathan's still in the chat. Nathan, there hasn't been a single technical issue on this entire stream. I think that deserves a cowbell.
Let's go, the cowbell. He's got the cowbell out and everything. Oh, dear.
I think we should wrap it up for the evening. I have to go meet Nathan and Katie. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thank you before we end it, and Jamie can do his sign off as well. And also thanks for being a part of the show, Jamie. I'm glad to officially have you on as the third man.
No worries.
I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate everybody for supporting the Odd Boys, and we're going to try to grow this channel to the biggest paranormal podcast this side of the internet. And thanks for, hopefully you're along for the journey. Happy Halloween.
Yeah. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thank you very much for all tuning in. And it looks like we might be there next week. I won't be on camera the next time, but I'll be doing the technicals and all that kind of jazz. But,
we're going to cut to you by being like Jamie, can you pull
Jamie, pull that up. Well, I mean, I'll try hide in the corner without commenting much, but I'll leave it to you guys.
And also lots of what do you think, Jamie? We're going to catch you
Stop
just
it.
we'll
no,
cut to you.
I'll be too busy. I'll be like, I'll just sleeping.
We'll cut to you and you'll just be asleep.
What if that's my thing? I'm just asleep. Every time you ask me a question, it just cuts to me sleeping.
It's a pretty funny idea.
That'd be good. I just won't be. I'll never respond. You guys could just be like, yeah, look, wow, they're very, very, very thoughtful. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, Jamie, can you pull that up?
Jamie, pull that up. Can you pull that up?
Jamie, pull that up. Oh yeah, Nathan. Nathan's right. You got to shave off the beard. You can only have a mustache.
I'm only allowed a mustache in the Odd Boys gang. I see.
Well, that's part of our uniform now. Is that we all just have mustaches.
We all have mustaches.
I mean, you've got a pretty good mustache. I think it's not. I think you could pull it off. That's what happens once you get to be a certain age. You just have to. Oh my God, Sai! Send 5 Odd Boys memberships. Let's go.
Oh, very nice. Thank you so much, Sai.
Thank you. Sai is incredibly supportive. Sai,
thank you very much, Sai. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, everyone who has been appreciative. I really like this. I wanted to join with the Odd Boys because I feel like there's potential there. It's just catching the right algorithm with shorts and things, and so I want to give it a go and see if we can get out there. So anyone who is supporting us while we're also trying that is much appreciated because it keeps us going and it keeps us motivated to try and continue to push to make the channel grow. So thank you very much for everyone subbing and tuning in on these streams.
And this way we can actually, it's all stuff that we're talking about anyway, all of these crazy cryptids and conspiracies and mysteries and stuff. But this way we get to do it. We get to upgrade our equipment and we get to actually we get to do this more often, which is super fun.
Absolutely. And I'll say this as well before we end up finishing up and wrapping up. If you would like a guest on the show, I think you should recommend those as well because we had Nightmind last time, and that's another thing I would love to try and do. Bring on some guests. If there's particular YouTubers you would like us to bring on the show, talk to, but then also show creepy stuff to, like if we go over myths and things, feel free to recommend some content creators.
We do need Nexpo.
Nexpo would be good. I think we should get Nexpo on. I think Nexpo would be a good fit to have on because I think that'd be a good.
Oringle says Donald Trump.
Oringle, no.
Oh.
We'll message him. We'll see. We'll keep you updated. Yeah.
I think the Nexpo, and we all know Nexpo, so I think Nexpo would probably do it.
Nexpo would. I think it'd be good. We could.
Yeah.
I think Alex Bale. I think you could even get Matt Pat. Find him on and off schedule. I think you could probably get him on. I think there's
love that.
Yeah.
I would love to have Jim on. Like
Jim's a good one.
Jim's always fun.
Yeah. I think it'd be good. I think it'd be good to get some people on to help build that audience up, and I think that's a good starting point. Getting on some guests.
Oh yeah, Kane. Yeah, Kane
Pixels.
Nathan,
I think Kane would be a good one as well.
Yeah.
Get a couple of those people on.
Yeah,
I think that could bring in that audience as well, and I think that will slowly build a foundation for when there isn't guests. There'll be a stable enough audience there as well, because I think you bring those on. So I think that'd be good. So if you would like specific creators, content creators, or anything that you would like on the show, personally recommend them if you would like. And yeah.
I know exactly who I'm going to ask, who I'm going to reach out to.
Who are you going to reach out to?
Steve 1989 MRE Info. It's a guy who just reviews MREs.
Incredible. You can bring it on.
I unironically watch all of his videos.
Wow.
It's this guy that reviews MREs. Fantastic channel.
Incredible. All right, guys. Happy Halloween. We'll see you guys next time. And yeah, well, farewell. Farewell.